Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Love Story. I am your host, Yandea, and joining me today is my friend and my brother, my co-host from Come Let Us Reason Together, Duane.
Hola.
Duane.
Hey everyone.
Yes. So today is going to be a little bit of a different episode. This
Mhm.
episode is actually quite, what's the word? Impromptu,
Spontaneous.
spontaneous.
Yes.
I did have scheduled for today the wonderful Kesley.
Mhm.
However, I was delayed. I was stuck in traffic for an extra hour. And
Mhm.
although we detoured and tried to take another route or whatever the case may be, it's still pretty much, it was a little shorter, but still over an hour. So
Yeah.
we decided to postpone so that we can have our full session, right?
Mhm.
And that way she doesn't have to rush or whatever and can just, share her full love story. Um, just flowing, just moving.
Mhm.
Um, and you know what? It's funny because Duane, when we had our Come Let Us Reason Together session on Thursday,
Thursday. Mhm.
you ended up having to do something also,
Yes.
and you could have only been on for like 15 minutes.
Exactly.
But you had
Mhm.
some things you wanted to share, so you shared what you had to share, and you're like, you know
Yeah.
what? I would ask you this question. I said, no time to answer that question.
We ain't got time.
There is no way I could answer that question in just 15 minutes.
Mhm.
And when I had to reschedule with Kez, I thought, you know what? Let me see if Duane is available because he did want me to answer this question. And I
Mhm.
said perhaps on another episode or something I could get into it. And I think
Yes.
it actually worked out because
Yeah.
it kind of is like exactly on point with our episode. What is this, episode 2? And it
Episode
just
2.
falls in alignment. So we're
Mhm.
gonna flow.
And it's a love story.
And it is a and it is a love
It
story.
works.
And it is a love story. So for
Yeah.
those who may be, unaware of exactly what we're talking about and what's happening,
Mhm.
if you go to, my channel, if you go to the main place where you see the videos, you'll realize that I have begun a 10-part series called, what is it called?
Not every voice is God. That was a trick question.
That was a trick question. Not every voice is God. Not every voice is God. And obviously we have each series has its own little title. And
Mhm.
there's 10 of them. And I think that's
Mhm.
kind of what happened to me. I'm like, wait a minute, what is the original title? Right. But it's Not Every Voice is God. And under that has 10 different titles. And
Yes.
last week we were looking at the voice of fear or fear
Mhm.
versus the voice of God. And
Mhm.
that was episode 2. And you commented, you actually gave a good amount of feedback
Mhm.
on Thursday when we did the
Yes.
Come Let Us Reason Together podcast. And you
This is how
shared,
you know.
yes, this is how you know, which is what we've basically done is we've decided to couple together the videos that are posted every Tuesday, which are part of the um which is part of the
Not every voice is
Not
God.
Every Voice is God, which is part of the Not Every Voice is God series,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
with our Come Let Us Reason Together podcast. And we've
Yes.
titled that This Is How You Know. So
Mhm.
under the Come Let Us Reason Together podcast, you will have 10 episodes titled This Is How You Know. And
Yeah.
each of them match up as companions to the videos of Not Every Voice is God, which is what the 10-part series is called. So
Yes.
every Tuesday, right? This is the schedule. Every
Mhm.
Tuesday, you can look out for a new video, right?
Yes.
There's 10 of them in total. On
Mhm.
Tuesday, you'll get the new video. On Thursday, the podcast, which is called Come Let Us Reason Together, where Duane and I are
Yes.
reasoning together on whatever the topic may be, we are
Mhm.
going to reason on the video
The
that was just
video.
shown. on
Mm-hmm.
the Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you can see the video on Tuesday. If you miss it on Tuesday, you could catch it on Wednesday. You could catch it
Mm-hmm.
on Tuesday, think about it, let it marinate, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
then on Thursday, when you jump in with us, we're going to reason it out. We're going to
Yeah.
talk, and expand more on
Yeah.
this is how you know. Is it the voice of God
Mm-hmm.
or not? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then on
Mm-hmm.
Sundays, we have our love story podcast
That's
where we will be sharing love stories, right?
mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the schedule. That's how it's going to be for the next 8 weeks. Okay. That's
Mm-hmm.
what it's going to be like. So it's really important for us to understand discernment, especially now where we have, we have AI that's on the rise. We
Yeah.
have, and with the rise of AI, you also have the rise of many other voices,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Many
mm,
people who couldn't conjure up something
mm,
to say
mm.
are now talking to their different AIs and
Yeah.
and conjuring up things,
Yeah.
that they could
Yeah.
speak about, which is not really, it's so funny because it's a double artificial intelligence, right?
Yes.
So you have
Yes.
AI, which is artificial intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
giving information, and
Mm-hmm.
then giving information to the person who doesn't have that intelligence, and that
Mm-hmm.
person is spewing out that intelligence as if it's
The
there,
information. Yes.
that information as if it's
Exactly.
their intelligence.
Exactly.
So it really is like,
Yeah.
you know, it's really crazy out there. So if you don't have discernment,
Mm-hmm.
you may get confused. And this is obviously not just about AI or people who are using AI
Yeah.
to sound
Yeah.
as if they are tapped in or whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
But even before AI, you
Yeah.
know, we have you know, people who are in positions of authority, people you may look to, right?
Yeah.
From whatever, whoever, teachers,
Mm-hmm.
pastors, you name it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The government. There's all these people who sit in positions of authority.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have your own subconscious mind. You also have your own traumas. You have,
Yes.
your religion, your this, your that, traditions, so many things.
Mm-hmm. All the
So,
patterns.
yeah, all of that, right? So, how
Mm-hmm.
do you know when you're in a situation or when you're trying to figure something out? How do you know if the voice that you are hearing, if the advice that you are receiving,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be from within yourself or from outside yourself, how
Right.
do you know that that is coming from, the highest place, the highest consciousness? How do you know that it's Most High guiding you, that is the Spirit of God guiding
Mm-hmm.
you? And that's kind of what this whole entire series is about, going through these 10, different, um, I guess, different little, sections that break.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're like the most common things, that we may
Yeah.
be encountering.
Yes.
And so the
Yeah.
last episode was fear. Is it
Mm-hmm.
fear or is it the voice of God? And
Yes.
and Duane, I'll let you kind of recap a little bit from just off your mind, right? What you remember, and then the question that you had asked me, and then we could kind of take it from there.
Yeah, we were just kind of like going through because in that video, Yandea had given us like three keys to help differentiate between whether it's fair or whether it's from God. So we were looking at the keys, like, um, is it shaming you or is it convicting you with love? Or is it isolating you or is it I can't remember what the other one is. Um, Isolation versus restoration, I think it was. Um, yeah, so just she had given different keys and we were just getting into it and why it was so important to provide these different distinctions because it can be easy to, like basically if you're not rooted and if you that voice isn't clear within you, if you
Mhm.
haven't like developed that relationship over whatever, it doesn't have to necessarily be a period of time, but a relationship, then it would be easy to be fooled or swayed by different other elements coming in, different voices coming in that sound holy, but
Right.
are not, you know? So that's what we were discussing. And I remember in the video, Yan said like she was reflecting on a time where she, thought that something was the voice of God that was telling her to keep silent and to not, say certain things or to, kind of small herself or different. I don't know if that's exactly the way you put it, but you were like, like I thought this was wisdom at the time, only to find out that it was really like, my trauma, my own issues
Yeah.
that were telling me, you know, in
Yeah.
the guise of protecting myself, but really it wasn't, you know. So I thought to myself that that would be so good to share that story, like what was the situation around that? Um, and how did you end up finding out that that's not what that was and, getting that clarity? Yeah. Anything you wanted to share on that?
Well, the thing about it is, the truth about it is that it's not just one situation. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's not just
Mm-hmm.
one situation. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's not literally, I mean, when I was putting all of that together, there's a lot of
Yes.
things.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of times where
Mm-hmm.
fear has um come into my mind, to
Mm-hmm.
the forefront of my mind, disguised, cloaked in,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the care or the
Yeah.
wisdom of Most
Yeah.
High,
Yeah.
and so like one of the things I could think, which is probably the one I was thinking of most
Mm-hmm.
doing this, was how, being able to share that day zero video, the
Mm-hmm.
transmission of where I was singing in the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was also speaking in my spiritual language.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something, that's things that I do just between, me and
Yeah.
Most High. It's not
Yeah.
something, put out there.
Yeah.
Um, I remember having those thoughts, you know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, well, you already have, people are finally listening to your message, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
listening to your message
Mm-hmm.
of love. They're following, they're getting it, they're being helped. And here you're gonna go throwing in this crazy shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like literally it didn't
Yeah.
sound, it was like
Yeah.
they're gonna think you're crazy. They're
Mm-hmm.
you think you're another one of those church people. They might
Mm-hmm.
label you, all of these different things, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I was thinking of like, man, this is a big step, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And even
Mm-hmm.
the voice was saying, like, you're gonna lose all of these people who Most High has brought to you for you to help them. By doing this, you may turn them away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you might lead them into a place where now they will think that anyone who speaks in quote unquote tongues is from God, or they might start
Yeah.
associating them with you. And
Yes.
now what are you doing? So it was
Mm-hmm.
all of this worry. And and then I just kind of got still, and I realized that I always knew that when the message came through,
Mm-hmm.
I had to bring myself back to, okay, when this message came through,
Mm-hmm.
what was the message you received about the message? What was the feeling that you had within your body
Yeah.
when you were getting the message? I didn't feel any fear. I only felt
Mm-hmm.
total clarity.
Mm-hmm.
So I had something
Mm-hmm.
to weigh. You get what I'm saying? I had something to be like, okay, I
Measure it.
know for a fact that when I received this message, it was clear, this, that. I knew that the time would come when I would
Mhm.
have to share it. I knew
Yes.
that when that time would come, I would know.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I embarked on sharing this message, right? The
Mm-hmm.
digital. because it came to me very clearly, like, this is the time, share the message.
Right.
And
Right.
then stepped in the fear. Like as soon as I
Mm,
was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I think
mhm,
like on one of the calls that we had, I said, you know what, guys, we talked about what is something that I think it was like that you struggle with, like your higher self
mm,
still
mm,
hasn't come into. And I knew
mhm.
immediately it was
Yeah.
allowing people to hear me sing,
Mhm,
allowing people to see
mhm,
me in a
mhm.
more like, my
Yes.
intimate time with Most
Yeah.
High, allowing
Yeah.
that to be seen.
Mm,
Because when you show yourself, you risk getting judged, right? You risk
yes.
people and being misunderstood. And
Yes.
so I had that in my mind, and all of a sudden I kind of started backpedaling, right?
Mm,
Because
mhm.
that voice of that fear,
Yeah.
it's giving me 101 reasons,
Yeah.
I shouldn't,
Yeah.
and yeah, why I shouldn't do it. And what I had to measure that, going back to the video that I shared on Tuesday, the
Mhm,
voice of God heals. The voice
mhm.
of fear wants you to hide. And
Yes.
that's literally exactly
Yeah.
what was happening, right? The voice
Yes.
of fear was saying, hide this. Nobody in
Mhm,
the world ever has to know that
mm,
leave messages this way. Nobody,
mm,
they won't understand you. Literally, this is what I was saying was,
mhm, mhm.
they won't understand you.
Yeah.
They'll think you're weird,
Yes.
um, they won't get you. You're the only one who's, like this, and
Mhm,
no, it's not
mhm.
going to resonate with anybody and all of this type of stuff.
Right.
You're going to lose your credibility, and people won't believe your message of love anymore because they'll think you're crazy,
Wow.
you know?
Wow.
And all of this
Yeah.
was going through my mind. And then it came back to, but this message is true. Is this message true? Does this message have any ounce of it? Is there error, lie in any of it? No. So you know that I don't doubt that this message is from God. I know that it's from,
That's right. That's right.
and I know that Most High told me the time will come when you have to share it. And I
That's
know
right.
that the time came.
That's right.
So now what is this, right? What
Yeah.
is this fear? This is
Yeah.
not Most High,
Yeah.
because it wants me to hide, and it's telling me everything opposite. you
Mm.
know, um,
Yes.
it's telling me everything in the opposite, you
Yeah.
know. So the question is, okay, well, when will I share it? If this fear is telling me that you can never share this because
Right.
it's not even giving me a date and time, like, hey, just not today. It's like saying like you
Yes.
can never share
Very.
this. You
Yeah.
do not let people know this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then so I just said, like, no, this is not this is not God. This is not
Mm-hmm.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that Spirit gave me this to help
Yes.
heal, to help
Yes.
restore. I know
Yes.
that these words that I speak are encoded light. So
Yes.
this is not a matter of Spirit saying to me, hey, hold on, this is not the right timing. This
Mm-hmm.
this is
Mm-hmm.
something else saying, do not share this at all,
Yeah.
because you will lose this, you will lose that, you will whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
so that is for me, it doesn't even matter like how many people have viewed that, how many
Mm-hmm.
people get it. The real thing for me was being able to overcome that fear, being able to overcome that fear and put that out there. And I know that whoever actually listens to it, whatever Most High said will happen and has been happening.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, but that's actually what was on my mind when I was
Mm.
putting that episode 2
Yeah.
together. And it's been a long time, this thing with singing and speaking it has been the thing. I mean, ever since I was little,
Yes.
I would ask a lot of questions. And
Yeah.
people would tell me, why do you ask so much questions? Why do you ask so much questions?
Mm-hmm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
always asking questions. And
Mm-hmm.
okay, so instead of asking them, I started just reading books. I started reading books, a lot of books. Duane, you've seen my house, a lot of books.
Yes.
I started
Lots
reading
of
a lot of,
books.
yeah, I started reading a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
and I've always loved reading. And
Mm-hmm.
so, um, yeah, I just decided to, you know, then I got into just asking God the questions because, well, nobody wants to answer my questions, so I'll just ask God the questions. And God
Right.
never has a problem answering my questions. I can't ask
Right.
God too many questions, you know.
Right.
So, in fact, I think God would probably want me to ask more questions. I probably should ask questions more. Ah, so,
Yep.
and
Yep.
then from there, I had to overcome that too. Like, no, it's not bad to ask questions.
Yeah.
Good thing to
It's
ask
not too
questions.
much.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
too much, right? And
Yeah.
so I learned that and I overcame that because there was a time where I totally went silent and I wouldn't ask any
Mm-hmm.
questions at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because the feeling was like, if you're asking questions, then it means you don't know. And if you don't know, then you're stupid. And so that kind
Mm-hmm.
of was the message that was being, you know,
Mm-hmm.
given to
Mm-hmm.
me. And then I had to overcome that and realize, no, if you're asking questions, is because you actually want to understand something. And it's better
Yes.
to understand something than to assume something or to
Yes.
pretend you understand it and move in that, in that pretense, right? And you don't actually understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then from there, it was like singing, I would be singing and I had an experience, I think I've shared it on here before, maybe in some one of these love stories, I think briefly, where I was singing with a girlfriend of mine. I was on the phone and she was on the other line, and her mom in the background was like, "Who are you singing with?" And she
Mm-hmm.
said, "I'm singing with Yandea." And her mom never heard me sing, but she
Right.
was like, she had this heavy Jamaican accent, Jamaican. And
Yep.
she said, Yandia, Yandia can't sing. Her voice too deep. And I was like, wow, I must have been like 10 years old. And I heard that, and it came with such an energy, such a negative, like she knew what she was saying
Yes.
would end
Yes.
it. Very judgmental, very condemning.
Yes.
Like Yandia cannot sing. Her voice is too deep. That's it.
Yes.
And then I was just like, and I never sang again after that
Yeah.
time. And I was the
Mm-hmm.
little songbird all the time. Never
Yes.
sang up until after I had my first, so I was must have been like 20 years old. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Adriel when I was 19. So after I had him, so around 20. Yeah. So 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
never sang, nothing, nope.
Wow.
And then finally, someone had
What
told me.
was the conviction that
The
changed it?
conviction is that I started going to church and there was a guy there, actually my ex, and he in my mind I'm having a thought like that was probably the one time spirit used him to do something good.
Hey, take it when you get it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah.
hey, what they say, give Jack his jacket, right? So
Exactly.
so give thanks for that, right? That was
Mm-hmm.
the early
Mm-hmm.
days. But so he was like, he says to me, what are your gifts? And I was just like, gifts. Well, I don't know. I don't really know like what do you mean by gifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, like what can you do? Like, can you sing? Can you play an instrument? I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, well, I used to sing like back when I was younger. And he
Mm-hmm.
was like, he pulled out a scripture and he says, he gave me the whole thing about the person who had their talent and they hid their talent
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And I just thought to myself, wait a minute. So you're telling me if God gave me a gift and I don't use the gift and I hide the gift, there is
Mm-hmm.
a time where I'm gonna have to give an account for
Right.
what I did with that gift.
Right.
And the end of that person was not good. So I
Right.
just figured, ooh, I'm not trying to end up in his situation, right? Of like getting let's be kind and say like being outcast.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
being, not favored by Most High,
Yes.
or
Yes.
disappointed, or being a disappointment,
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
Most High. So I just thought to myself, okay, I need to start singing then.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the conviction that I had. It's like whatever gift God has given you,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter how big, it doesn't matter how small, you really should use it, you
Yeah.
know, um, you really should use it for good. You should
Yeah.
really good. You should really share it with the world. And
Mm-hmm.
that was it. That was my conviction. And so from there, I joined the worship team, and I started singing. And next thing, you know, well, obviously that's one of my gifts, right? That's one of my
Yeah.
gifts for real. Not just that I like to
Yeah.
do it,
Yeah.
but that was one of my gifts. And I would be sometimes I'd be leading worship, I'd
Mm-hmm.
be leading worship. And I remember one time there was this man, he was a wicked pastor, and I was leading worship one day, and the presence of God was just in that place. The vibration was so high. It was a next level. It was very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, long story short, that pastor was like, Yandea can never lead anything in this church. Like nothing.
Wow.
But there's a whole story, right? I shared a little bit
Wow.
about who that man was
Mm-hmm.
and what he had
Mm-hmm.
done and stuff like that in a time
Mm-hmm.
before. But and then I moved on, right, to another place, and there I
Wow.
led worship there in that other
Mm-hmm.
place, and I would see a lot of amazing things happen to people while I
Mm-hmm.
was ministering. And
Mm-hmm.
then next thing you know, I had my whole process. I actually went to another church again after we left that area, and
Mm-hmm.
also doing worship down there,
Mm-hmm.
getting songs. I was in the place where I was writing songs, and the songs were being sung at church and all of these
Mm-hmm.
different things.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we left church.
Yep,
And
that's
then
right.
we left church. And then after leaving church, I started just doing worship, just worshiping at my house
Mm-hmm.
and all that. And then in that beautiful time is where I met you,
Yes.
Duane.
Yes.
One of our friends invited you over to our place, and then from there it
Yeah.
was like, that's it.
Yep.
We're besties. you know, yeah, very, very easily we had our bond. And
Mm-hmm.
then that group Higher Movement, which you were part of, which to this day, you and I are the last members of
Yes.
Higher Movement,
Still holding it. Still
still
holding it.
holding it, still singing, still writing songs.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so, it's like when I think of that whole entire journey,
Mm-hmm.
even to come all the way up to that place that I don't know, a few months ago, maybe when I put out
Mm-hmm.
Days Ago, you
Yes.
you could probably remember, like, years ago I said, Duane, Spirit, um no, I think I said, Duane, Most High showed me that I have to put out music, and I'm gonna be singing in tongues. I'm gonna be speaking in
Yeah.
tongues. And you were
Yes.
like, what? And I was like, yeah, man, like I saw it very clearly. That must
Mm-hmm.
have been like 2000, maybe 17. Like it was back
Mm-hmm.
those days.
Yes.
Then look at all the time that's passed. And that day zero, I got that transmission in 2003. And we
Mm-hmm.
released it just now in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's been being patient. I don't try
Yeah.
to run ahead of Most High, but
Yeah.
sometimes when you're there, you're gonna be on time. The
Mm-hmm.
voice of fear will come, and it's
Mm-hmm.
all your own things, you know what I mean? It's all, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I still, that woman's voice, you know what I mean, comes back,
Mm-hmm.
right? Are you sure you could sing that? Your voice is deep, you know.
Mm.
But it's not like I just
Which
like,
it
oh man, I can't.
isn't, but
now
anyways.
now it's just like a memory of something that happened before. It
Yes.
actually used to,
Yes.
like, the first time I ever
Mm-hmm.
sang in church, I broke out of
Mm.
times. The
Wow.
very first time I sang, all my neck, my arms, everything, but I sang through it. And
Yes.
when I left the sanctuary, I went outside, and there was a big mirror like on the closet, and I looked, and I just saw
Mm-hmm.
all of these patches all over my body. But I
Wow.
got through it. But that was when I
Yeah.
think I kind of broke that thing,
Mm-hmm.
over
Mm-hmm.
myself. But
Yeah.
the thing about it is that we have the power to overcome everything. It
Yes.
doesn't mean it's all going to be easy. But if
Yes.
you say it's going to be easy, it can be easy if you believe it.
Yes.
But
Yes.
it's okay if you have to bring yourself into truth, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
deal with
Mm-hmm.
the certain things that were said, like you just said, and
Mm-hmm.
your voice is not even like that,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had to, I still would struggle. Like, after that, I didn't leave any, like, I used to all the time call myself and sing a
Mm-hmm.
song. so that I could play it back because I didn't have a tape recorder. This is way back, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
42 now, so this is way back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
30 years ago, right? So
Mm-hmm.
do that and listen to myself singing. And after that conversation with that lady, after I heard her say that, I stopped doing that. And then
Wow.
anytime I had to leave a message for somebody, I could not listen to myself.
Wow.
And even to I like pretty recently someone asked me like about listening to like, do you like the way your voice sound? And I was like, no. I still That's
What?
still something I'm working through. Yes. Yeah, like
Mm.
doing this, and this is the thing, what we're talking about,
Yeah.
overcoming fear. When I have
Yeah.
to make the
Edit.
videos and I have to edit and I have to hear myself
Yes.
talk back,
Over
it's
and over and
very
over
over and
again.
over. It's very difficult. Now,
Wow.
recently I got healed from that, and I'll tell you how.
I mean,
Very, very
that's
interesting.
shame.
Recently I got healed from that.
Mm.
I did an interview for a
Mm.
podcast, which I love them, but I can't remember their name right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say it the wrong way, but
Yeah,
I think a
that's
lot
fine.
of people from this channel may have
Mm-hmm.
came on here via that podcast because they
Mm-hmm.
saw, I think that podcast might have the most views of my near
Yes.
death, close to the life
Yeah.
experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the joke. On that podcast, I'm talking, right? They're asking
Mm-hmm.
questions. I'm talking, right? Beautiful woman, right? She's interviewing me. I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, next thing, the podcast is done, the interview, they're going to edit it. They
Mm-hmm.
send me this thing like, okay, hey, check this out. See if you like it. I'm like, okay, it's great, except my voice sounds a bit weird, right? At
Mm.
the end, it sounds like I have a lisp.
Mm.
Sounds weird, right? So she's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you know what? It might be the de-esser or the whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna try to do whatever. So they're fine. They take it out, they try this, they lower this, whatever they're doing on their end.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm like, okay, this sounds better. I think this
Mm-hmm.
sounds better, whatever the case is. But then maybe I didn't listen to the whole thing. I only like checked part of it.
Mm-hmm.
They put the video forward,
Yeah.
published the video. The video is like on fire. People from all over are seeing the video. I
Mm-hmm.
go to see the video and I'm hearing this
List.
crazy thing that makes me
Mm-hmm.
sound like I have a lisp. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
If I actually had a lisp, that would be great. It's the fact
Yes.
that I don't have a lisp. So
Yes.
it's like a it's like an unnatural it's like
Mm-hmm.
a natural
Mm-hmm.
lisp, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then my words are cutting off. So it makes me sound for me, I sound very
Yeah.
weird.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? I can't listen to the video at all.
Wow.
So like if I have
Wow.
to go answer comments on there,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
soon as it starts, I pause it because I cannot hear my voice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So because it so does not sound like me, I'm always saying like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I just hope people go to my real channel and
Mm-hmm.
guys, like this is actually how I sound, and
Yes.
I don't sound like that. Because and I thought, oh, it might be my mind. But then people started telling me, right? Like my sister was like, yeah, in your vid, whatever. Then they're just laughing, right? Like I have we laugh together, right? People who actually know how I sound.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she like wrote to me like one of the words that I said in the video, but it sounds like it has a, so she wrote it how it sounded, right?
Oh no.
Just laughing at me, right?
Oh
And
my
so
gosh.
yeah, so if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. But
Mm-hmm.
what that did for me, is that it made me love my voice.
Mm,
It made me appreciate my own
the
voice,
real one.
my
Yeah.
real voice so much.
Mm-hmm.
So now when I'm
Mm-hmm.
editing my videos, I'm like, thank God. Thank you, Most High. Thank you, Most High, for my voice. Like, thank you
Most I
for,
knows what they're
yeah.
doing.
And I said, and I look back and I'm like, and this is the video that has the most views ever.
The
I don't
one that
even know
blew up.
the one that, and I said, of course, the video that blew up would be the one that my voice is messed up in.
The
But
wisdom of Most High.
the beautiful thing is that guess what? The message is
Yes.
not about my voice.
Yeah.
It's not about the sound of the messenger. It's
Yes.
about what is the message.
Yes.
So I was learning a
Yes.
message in that. Yandea,
Mm-hmm.
yes, love your voice, but love
Mm-hmm.
even more the message that you bring.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So then it just did
Yeah.
this beautiful healing thing for me. It's like,
Mm,
I have the first and foremost thing. Listen,
mm-hmm.
people did not want to come on and subscribe to this channel because, oh, I really
That's
want to
it.
support her voice. No, they
That's it.
I love the message. This message
That's right.
resonates with me. I love the sound of this
Yeah.
message, and I love it
Yeah.
enough that I want to come over and I want to subscribe. This is a little
Mm-hmm.
time to say thank you to everyone who has seen
Subscribers.
else or whatever the case is, and you have resonated with the message and you've come over and you have
Mhm.
subscribed. Thank you so much.
Check
Really.
out the membership if
Oh,
you feel
yes.
so inclined.
Yes, and membership if you would like to just spend more time with me, right? More time on lives together, not public, they're going to be private,
Mhm.
playing games, doing different things. If you check up the membership section, if you go to join, you'll see what you can choose from and you could see all the beautiful perks. So, be sure to check that out. But
Mhm.
yeah, so now I absolutely love my voice. I will sing whatever. Like it's amazing, right? The way that it all went. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, so and the funny thing about it is that I'm even gonna be leading a karaoke session
Oh yeah.
at a certain spot, which I'm not gonna name,
Oh yeah. Oh
but
yeah.
I'm gonna be hosting karaoke, you know,
Yeah.
every Wednesday for however long it's
Ooh,
gonna be.
Wednesday.
Yes, every Wednesday.
Nice.
So and I'm like, look at this, right? Like look how.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is the story, of how fear. Now, just imagine if I continued in this fear, afraid to
Mm-hmm.
speak, afraid to hear my own voice. None of these videos would be done. This
Mm-hmm.
YouTube channel would not exist. I would
That's
never
right.
say yes to doing a podcast to tell my story of what
That's right.
happened.
That's right.
Like, you see
The
how
podcast
fear,
people wouldn't even find you.
they would never find me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They wouldn't know I existed. So
Yeah.
our voice is so powerful because
Mm-hmm.
the story, whatever story we have to share, it's our
Yeah.
own life. It's our living epistle. We're living epistles. We're living letters. You want to look for a scripture, your life is a scripture. God is moving, writing, working in you every single day, putting in you to will and to do what it is that you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have a story. I always say that you have a story, you have a love story, you have a testimony, and yes, you can write it in a book, you can,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's really powerful when people could hear your voice,
Yeah.
when they could hear
Mm-hmm.
your tone, when they could hear your sound. There's so
Mm-hmm.
much in the voice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do not let fear, like you see, this is a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
Even you watching right now, you're hearing the sound of my voice. If I
Mm-hmm.
had to let fear win, you wouldn't be hearing me. Any person who ever benefited even a little bit from one of these videos, lives, podcasts, or whatever the case is, you would not have had that benefit if fear had won,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And so think about in your own life, what is it that fear is keeping me from?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
What is it in me that God is trying to restore? Like for me, it was
Mm-hmm.
my voice, my confidence in
Mm-hmm.
speaking, in singing, right? God is here
Right.
trying to restore that, healing it, letting all of these amazing things happen to bring me to that place.
Mm-hmm.
And fear is trying to silence, trying to hide,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So God is restoring and healing fear, and God is creating that space for you to share, creating
Yes.
the
Yeah.
opportunities for you to share.
That's right.
Instead, fear is hiding and
Mm-hmm.
making you miss those chances, right? By
Mm-hmm.
sabotaging your own self.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to think of where is
Mm-hmm.
fear active in my life,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Where is fear active in my life,
Yes.
and what is it doing to stop me from moving into something that God is trying to heal and restore, right? And more so think, if there is a place that I know I need restoration and healing, what's stopping that from happening? What is the fear? That
Yeah.
fear is not God. So
Mm-hmm.
should you obey the voice of God Most High, or
Mm-hmm.
should you obey fear?
Right.
Right? Should you obey the voice of Most High, or should you obey fear?
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple. And once you could actually see, hey, God wants to do this, this, and me, and
Mhm.
fear is telling me, no, just don't follow fear.
Mhm.
And I know it might
Mhm.
sound easier said than done, but honestly, it's just doing it.
Yeah.
It's just doing it. Just don't follow that way. Just don't go that way,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's it.
This
That's the
was
story.
great. Did not realize this was gonna go where it went, but I'm so happy that it did. You know?
That happens all
Yeah.
the time though, right?
Hmm. That's the
Okay,
beauty of
there's some
being in the
comments here.
moment. Ooh,
I
there
see
is.
something
Yay.
from Raisa Yesel. She says, I recently heard someone say, do it scared. Oh,
Mm,
do it anyways.
yes.
And said, I'm the same. I love to sing, but don't like the sound of my own voice. Wow, I'm not
Mm,
alone. Too
you're
many
not
people
alone.
said I sound like a chipmunk. Sometimes it's hard to remember that fear isn't real. False evidence
Wow.
appearing real. That's what fear,
Wow.
false evidence appearing real,
Wow.
you
Yes.
know? And
Yes.
and faith is the evidence of things hoped for, the substance of things unseen. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Let's
Yeah,
let's
you
get
did.
the right thing. Faith is, I might have said it backwards.
I think he's faith is the evidence. No. The substance of things hoped for, the evidence
Evidence
of
of
things
things
unseen.
unseen. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And fear is just false evidence.
False evidence appearing real.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Risa. Um,
Hmm.
definitely, yeah. Don't listen to, I know too many people said she sounded like a chipmunk. Man, you know what I find too? A lot of people who criticize your voice also
It's
just have a hard time accepting their own self.
their own. Yep.
There's something about their own voice that they don't
Yeah.
like or that they're not allowing to be. And so
Yeah.
they just find a way to hinder anybody else. Sometimes people are judging you and they're so much harder on themselves. You know what I mean? You just can't take things. Honestly, that's what I've learned. You just can't take things personally. You know, there's just too many hurt people. Hurt people are just out here hurting other people.
Mhm.
And nothing is wrong with getting an honest opinion. Like if
Yeah.
you do sound like a chipmunk, okay, you sound like a chipmunk. But can I tell you that a lot of people bought Alvin and the Chipmunk songs?
Right.
There is an
Right.
audience for everything, is my point. If you
Fact.
do sound like a chipmunk, you could probably make a whole album singing songs, sounding like a chipmunk, and there'll be people out here who'll be behind that because they're
Yes.
gonna like it, or someone would hire you to be part of a production where a chipmunk needs to talk or sing. Like really and truly, I'm telling you, I think that she's laughing. That there is, and this is literally what I've learned. There is, imagine if all of us just decided to not be afraid, to embrace our gift as unique as it may be, and we just
Yeah.
said, this is
Yeah.
me, this is how I look, this is how I sound, this is what it is, where do I fit in? And you just allowed yourself to fit in that place that is looking for you. Like there is literally someone out there who's straining their throat, straining their
Mm.
vocal cords to try to sound like a chipmunk.
Uh-huh.
And then you have someone
That's
else who just easily is singing and it's their
actually,
way and they sound like a chipmunk. It's
that's
easy
right.
for them.
That's right.
So maybe that person who's pretending to sound like a chipmunk, their natural voice is they sound like a bear.
Mm-hmm.
And there's someone like, yo, I wish I had somebody who sounded like a bear to do this part for me, but I
Yes.
can't find them. I would pay them $1 million, man, if I could
Mm-hmm.
find them. And
Yeah.
then so what's happening is that you have, because people are not being their authentic selves, they are missing their blessing because
Yeah.
your gift makes room for you. Your
Yes.
gift makes a way for you. Your gift
Yeah.
brings you in front of great people. Your gift does that. So the
Mm-hmm.
moment you decide to align and step into your gifts,
Yeah.
because it's going to be easy, because it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna come natural. Why? It's a
Mm-hmm.
gift.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gift. You didn't have
Exactly.
to work for it. That is
Yes.
why it's a gift.
Yeah.
You don't even know how it happens. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was just given to you.
Yes.
Sometimes nobody else in your family even is doing it. It's just you. It's
That's
just
right.
a gift. Sometimes it's
That's
passed
right.
down,
Yeah.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
it's a gift. So you have something from Most High that can literally bring you to different amazing opportunities that could literally
Mm-hmm.
is your key to
Mm-hmm.
abundance, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't access it because the keyhole is shaped perfectly to match who you truly are. And until you become who you truly are,
Yes. It's
you're
not
not going to
connect.
fit into that keyhole
That's right.
to open and unlock all of
That's
your
right.
abundance.
Mm-hmm.
So no one is blocking you except
Yeah.
yourself. All of
Yeah.
those layers. I mean, just think of it. If I had a key and the key has like three different, you know,
Mm-hmm.
rivets or whatever the case is, and I came along with Play-Doh and I decided to fill in all those little places, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm judging it like, oh, this is rough over here. This is too much of a big
Mm-hmm.
dip. And I just start
Mm-hmm.
filling it in. I just want it to look all smooth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go now, here is the chest of abundance. And I
Right.
push in that key. It's not gonna turn.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work
Yeah.
because it's gonna be jammed.
Yeah.
There's too much guck, there's too much stuff around it.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have to do is get clear of all the stuff that's not us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
get clear of all the stuff that's not you. Whoa, where did I pick that up from? That's not even me. That's not even mine. Whose is that? Whose thing is that? Whose identity is that? Right? Who am I pretending to be?
Mm-hmm.
Just let that all go. Be who you are. You will see your own chest. You will see it, you will fit it, you will turn it, it will unlock, it will open to you. Bam.
Yeah.
That's it,
Yeah.
you know? Oh, there's some more comments here. Um, Racist says, I don't think I actually do, but I was very soft spoken and had a hard time using my voice to speak. I turned to writing instead, but now I am rediscovering my voice. That is so good. Thank you for asking, Duane. I think I was afraid to be honest with certain family members in my family because they wouldn't accept who I was. Know thyself and love thyself. Yes, know thyself and love thyself. And Duane, you asked a great question. You said, what is an area in your life that fear is stopping you from sharing who you are with the world?
I was just reframing the question you asked.
No,
I
but I
couldn't
like it. I
remember.
like it. I like how you put it like that
Okay.
out there,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Yeah. So beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne, can you think of an area that you experience fear in?
Yeah. Like,
You're like, yeah.
yeah. There's a few. I think like as we were talking and like that whole piece about like fear like telling you to hide, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I've been hiding in some ways where it's like I could be sharing more of myself with the world, you know, sharing my own experiences, um, just sharing more of me.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know where the fear is coming from. It's not, I, it's not necessarily like, oh, you can't do that. For me, it almost feels like, oh, you're not ready for that. You know what I
Ooh,
mean?
why? Why? Let's go there.
Yeah.
What? think of one thing. Think of one thing. Like, what do you mean you're not ready for that? Like, think of one thing in
Mm,
your mind. Like, don't think of many things that have fear, right? Like,
mm-hmm,
just zone in on the biggest one.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're not ready for that. Like I still have more healing to do, more work on myself to do. I
Is
haven't
there truth in
overcome.
that? Is there truth in that?
I There might be, yeah.
Hmm. Do you know when that healing will be done?
I don't know. Um,
Do you have like is there like a plan? Like something, okay, because sometimes what I find is like people are on a forever healing journey, right?
mm,
It's like
mm-hmm,
people are just on this forever healing journey.
mm-hmm,
When does it end? And someone could say it never ends. And I
mm-hmm.
disagree.
Yeah,
I absolutely disagree.
yeah.
Absolutely disagree. You may encounter other things, but
Mm-hmm.
but no, things do end. Like you do.
Yes.
If you've
Yeah.
gone through sexual trauma, it can come to an
Yeah.
end. You're done with
Yes.
it and you move
Yeah.
on, and there's other
Yeah.
things, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
Trust issues, whatever the case is,
Mm-hmm.
things can heal, totally
Mm-hmm.
heal. Um,
Absolutely.
so it's like, and they can totally heal in this lifetime,
Yes. Absolutely.
right? They can totally heal in this lifetime. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
sometimes what happens is that the fear that's there is that
Mm,
if if I move into this thing, if I say that I'm healed, if I
mm,
believe that I'm healed, and I
mm,
move into this thing and I
mm,
fail,
mm,
and because sometimes we are protecting ourselves, it comes as protection, it's not.
mm,
It's actually
mhm.
just hindering us from,
Yes.
living that a more full life. So
Yeah.
you really have to ask yourself, like, okay, is am I have I become comfortable in
Mm,
not, how do you say, have I become comfortable in a life that is, like, I will use the word mediocre.
mhm,
If I'm saying, I
mhm.
will use that word
Yeah.
mediocre. Have I
Yeah.
become comfortable here?
Mhm, mhm,
And I'm just making these excuses because I'm
mhm,
afraid of having to step outside of my comfort zone, because I have
mhm,
become so comfortable with my sickness. I've become so comfortable not healed,
mm,
right? And we don't realize how often something that was once a wound to us, when we
mm,
don't when we don't like engage with the healing process head on,
mm,
then what happens is that we start just becoming used to it.
mm,
So, like, okay, for example, you fall, you injure your leg.
mhm.
Okay, it has a process to heal. But
Yes.
you can also there's a way that you can walk, right?
Yeah.
You get used to the crutch. Okay, fine, you're using the crutch to walk, but then there's a time when stop using the crutch, put it
Yeah.
on, right? Start back
Mhm,
practicing to walk.
mhm,
If you keep with that crutch, eventually you become so dependent on the crutch. When someone
mhm,
says, hey, put the crutch down so you could, like, come and play with us, come and run with
mhm,
us.
mhm.
Remember, before, you wanted to play this, you wanted to run and do that, you had these
Yeah.
dreams, these goals. All of a
Mhm,
sudden you're like, yeah, but you know what? My leg is not ready yet. I'm not done
mhm.
yet. I'm still a few more weeks. And I gotta go back to the doctor, or I got, all of these different things. Oh, I don't
Yes.
have my crutch. I don't, I can't go today. So
Mhm.
we don't realize. And that person in that example
Yeah.
doesn't realize that what they're doing is giving up on their dreams.
Mm,
You see, and they're settling for another thing. You know what? It's okay.
mhm,
I could just sit in these bleachers and I'm good. You know what? I found a new purpose. I'm the scorekeeper, right? So now you're there
mm,
keeping score when your
Mm-hmm.
dream was to run
Mm-hmm.
on the field,
Mm-hmm.
when you came to earth to run on the field, you came to
Yeah.
play.
Yes.
You didn't come to keep score. You came to
Yes.
play. But
Yeah.
because you got this injury and you got comfortable with the walking
Mm-hmm.
stick, you got comfortable with the crutch,
Mm-hmm.
it became your
Mm-hmm.
new way of life,
Yes.
and you're not willing to put it down to do the hard thing of, yeah, it's gonna hurt a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
off balance a bit, but
Mm-hmm.
eventually I'll start back walking and then I'll start back running. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'll be able to
Mm-hmm.
play. If you never
Yes.
take that step of putting down the crutch and
Mm-hmm.
allowing yourself to go through that process, yes, you may fall.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you may even get injured again,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but you can get back up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyone who's ever broken a limb or injured a limb and then went back and started playing can tell you that, bro, there's a process. You're gonna be scared that you break yourself, you hurt yourself again.
Mm-hmm.
Even while you're running and playing and you wanna go to the max, you might
Yeah.
be afraid to tear that thing again.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
there has to come a time where people say, you know what? I'm stepping back in here.
Enough is
I'm gonna
enough.
put that, yeah, I'm gonna put
Mm-hmm.
that crutch down. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
telling you do it before your time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but I'm saying you need to be conscious of, have like, has that time actually come and
Mm-hmm.
gone?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
am I really not healed because I have babysat this wound for so long that
Mm-hmm.
now I actually really am becoming crippled?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I see a lot. Like,
Yeah.
come on, how long? How long is this taking here?
Yeah.
You have all the tools. What are you waiting for? There is no who's coming to do what for you.
Hmm.
You have all the tools, you know what your issues are, you know what the wounds are, you know it was a lie. Hello, why are we still here with this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you afraid to live? Why are you afraid to have a better life, a better quality of life than you have now? What is it about your victim, sad ass story that has you feeling good about yourself? Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
we get too happy being victims. What
Yes.
happened to like being victorious,
Yes.
overcoming?
Yes.
You know, I once was blind, but now I see. Like, what happened
Mm-hmm.
to that thing, that will to live and to have,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to the purpose and all of that stuff? It's
Yeah.
like this whole society just celebrates victims.
Mm.
And the longer you can hold out that victim thing, it's like award, oh, you've been a victim for
Mm-hmm.
10 years.
Hmm.
How long have you been suffering? Wow.
Hmm.
Tell us that story again. For 30 years,
Wow.
they've been dealing with the childhood trauma. You're a soldier.
Mm.
Really? It does not, and I know, listen, I've been through it. I've been through it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, it does not take that long to heal.
Yeah.
What it takes to heal is being okay to face the truth, and that's it. This is what happened to me. This is why it happened. What does that mean? Okay. It means this person had a problem that they did not know how to handle. It affected me this way because I had these beliefs that I was young or I was whatever, and I formed these beliefs about it. Were the beliefs right or wrong? They were wrong. Recalibrate. So now I'm living my everyday life. When this little voice says to me, oh, this is the situation, it's because whatever, you could say, no, it's not. No, it's not. And you reprogram yourself every day. Every day, when you encounter something, you reprogram with the truth. The truth shall set you free. That is it. But people do not want the truth because they've become so used to the the joy of like, I know this place. of hurt,
Mhm.
of pain, of wallow, of victim.
Mm.
I get the pat on the back here. I get to
Mm.
not do anything here. I get to
Mm.
have no expectations here. I get to
Mm.
be irresponsible. I no accountability here.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
that's what it is. I'm
Yeah.
telling you that listen, I've sat down with clients and I've had you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Clients I have these talks with, like I
Yeah.
just this bam, what do you think
Mhm.
happens? They don't come back. No, not because they don't love me, because they don't have the problem anymore.
That's right.
So they don't come back. They may come back with something else, and I do the exact
Yeah.
same thing. People
Yeah.
who want the truth, literally, people who want the truth always get healed.
Mm.
They always get healed because the truth sets you free. They always get healed. People who want something else, they linger in that ish.
Mm.
I'm telling you, just think of it. Like, so ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Why am I afraid of this? And then, you just have to come to the place where it's either I am or I'm not. That's it. It's either
Mhm.
I am, and if I am, then this is what I do if I am,
Mhm.
or I'm not. And if I'm not, it could be I'm not because I really am not. Like, hey, I literally just broke my leg and it's broken. And I tried to stand on it, but it's broken. That's
Mm.
fine. That exists. But be willing, again, the truth, to be truthful with yourself. My
Yeah.
leg really is healed, that been healed for a long time.
Mm.
But fear that if I take these steps
Mm.
and I fall, I fear that if I take these steps and I'm not as fast as I thought I would be. You get what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Be
Yeah.
honest. Be honest with yourself, is what I'm saying. And this is not to you, Duane. I'm speaking to me.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
speaking to
Yeah.
anyone whose spirit brings to this message,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know?
Yes.
Um, Raisa in the comments. Raisa, thank you for being here with us today.
Yes, we appreciate
Love
you.
having your presence here.
Mhm.
Um, she says, I think it's because society teaches us that vulnerability is a bad thing, but in my hypnosis session, they told me vulnerability is our superpower. Facts. Wow, very powerful. Pain becomes part of their personality.
Mm.
Yes, it does. We also get to know ourselves so much more with the truth. We do.
Mhm.
We do. I think the best thing a person can be with themselves is truthful. It's
Yes.
truthful. That's it. It's
Yeah.
okay. See who you are. Be truthful. What you don't like, change it. Change it. But at least after you change it, it will be changed and it will be who you are.
Right.
You know?
Mhm.
Yeah. You don't have to like everything you see about yourself, because a lot of the things you'll see about yourself have been um basically it's programming. A lot of the things you'll see about yourself, the things you do, the habits you have, you'll see that it's rooted most times in brokenness and in not in love. So
Mhm.
it's okay when you come across those things, you find the root of it. Why am I like that? Why am I selfish?
Mm.
Why am I selfish? Oh, I'm selfish. An example, I'm selfish. Why am I a hoarder? Right? You could go back.
Mhm.
Why? Oh, when I was little, I didn't get any toys, right? Everybody else had toys. I didn't have toys. So now that I'm an adult,
Mm.
I'm doing this thing of hoarding.
Mm.
Why? Well, when I was little, I said, as soon as I get old enough to have money, to have
Mhm.
things, I'm going to
Mhm.
have things and I'm going to keep them. Like, you didn't have to have a big conversation. It's just a
Mhm.
little time, a moment in
Mhm.
time where you experience something that could be
Yes.
negative and you said something to yourself. You made it a law,
Yeah.
a little belief. And now that
Mhm.
you're an adult, it's in your subconscious mind. So you're
Yeah.
playing that out,
Yeah.
right? And you don't even know why every time you go out, you have to buy, you have to take it. You may not, you may be totally, you may just think like, oh, I'm a shopaholic. No, you're broken. There's something in you that you're trying to satisfy by buying things on the outside. You know what I mean? You're getting so many things on the outside because you're not wanting to spend the time to say, what is happening in here?
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And then as soon as you realize, oh, okay, well, I'm no longer a little girl and I don't need all these toys.
Yeah.
And then the best part is when you can take the time and say, why was I not given these toys?
Mhm.
What was the reason behind that?
Mhm.
Then you're like, okay, wait, my neighbor's mother worked at this job. My other neighbor's mother had this paying job. My
Mhm.
mom had that job.
Right.
Why did she have that job? Oh, she chose that job because of this, and that reason. And that's all she could have afforded to give to me. Then
Mhm.
you start removing all of the false things.
Yes.
So, no, not having toys is not associated with I'm not worthy, I'm not loved,
Mhm. Mhm.
which is what most children associate with when their parents don't give them a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
I'm not liked as much as the other one. I'm not this, I'm not that.
Mhm.
Let's say that was the issue. Let's say that the mom had three children, she loved two and didn't like the one for whatever reason,
Mhm. Mhm.
because that could be an honest thing.
Yeah.
You still have to do the exact same thing. Why? Why did
Mhm.
mom love them and not me? Then you go into it and you realize, okay, maybe mom was dark skinned, right? And she lived in a place where people didn't treat dark skinned people right.
Mhm.
And they favored lighter skinned people. My sisters were lighter skinned. So she favored them. Why? Because that's what was done to her. So you're like, oh,
Mhm.
mom's messed up.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mom's messed up. They messed mom up with all of this programming of colorism and whatever the case is.
Yeah.
So this has nothing to do with if my sisters are better than me or not or whatever. Like,
Mhm.
or no, this has to do with she's literally a person who is hurt, broken, doesn't understand her own self-worth. So
Yeah.
she couldn't teach me my self-worth. As
Yeah.
a dark-skinned woman, she could not teach me how to love myself because
Yeah.
she could not love herself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she could not impart self love to me or to teach me how to because she
Mhm.
never had it. No one ever gave that to her. You people
Mhm.
cannot give to you what they don't have.
Mhm.
Someone cannot impart to you something that they themselves do not have. So right there in that moment you're like, "Wait a minute. This has nothing to do with me. This is
Mhm.
my mom's drama. This is my mom's trauma, has nothing to do
Yes.
with me." And then immediately right there, it's like, wait, do I need all these things? Do I need these things?
Right.
I don't need these things. Why?
Right.
Because you are getting them to give yourself some form of self-worth because you thought
Yeah.
your mom didn't give them to you because you were not worth anything and because she didn't love you. That's why. And maybe she didn't love you because of your skin color. Maybe she didn't love you. But then in that moment, this is all people have to do is be okay to see the truth.
Yes.
And guess what? It's not all about you.
Mm.
People are not treating you the way that they treat you all because of you.
Mm.
People have their own stuff happening inside them, their
Mhm.
own ways that they view themselves. Most people really lack love. They don't
Mhm.
even know what that is, like the true love. They don't even know that.
Mhm.
So we
Mhm.
keep expecting for people to love us when they do not have that love to give. They do not know it, they never experienced it, and they don't have it to give.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's really not all about us. And
Mm.
the sad thing is that so much of our adult behavior is based off of the things that we experienced when we were children. And the things we were experiencing when we were children were done by adults that were in adult bodies, but they were broken children. And
Mhm.
on top of it, um, the majority of the things that we experienced when we were children, with a child's mind, we made conclusions about it.
Yes.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But it is so easy to sit down, to be honest, and to see and to see and to ask why, to see other people, to see the truth
Mhm.
of how they got to where they got to and realize it had nothing to do with you.
Mhm.
Even if someone does the most evil, terrible thing to you, it still has nothing to do with you. It has
Yeah.
everything to do with their lack of love for
Mm-hmm.
themselves, their own self. I've
Yes.
actually thought about this, and especially I've had a lot of things going on in my life, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, you know, someone cannot love you if they don't love themselves.
Yeah.
They can't love their children. They
Yeah.
can't, whatever they're doing, it's not love. It's something else.
Mm-hmm.
It's something else. They really cannot love you. And I think we really have to come to the place where we stop looking for people to love us and we just be love because we are love.
Mm-hmm.
Just be love. Don't look for it from anybody else. Allow
Mm-hmm.
yourself to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody else has the ability to love you because they actually have love within themselves, then it is that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you keep trying to find love from other people and then you're upset that what you found wasn't love, it
Mm-hmm.
was more hurt, more pain,
Mm-hmm.
dishonesty, betrayal. What did you expect? What did you expect to find? So you have to purify these things within yourself first. Give them to yourself, have it within yourself. And then when you have it with yourself, you can give it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
When you honestly give it to somebody else, then that person, has it. But I think the biggest thing is being an example. Do you know what I mean? Like, what does love
Mm-hmm.
look like? What does loving yourself look like?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's like being able to actually show people this is what it looks like to love yourself. Because who taught us how to love ourselves? Who demonstrated it?
Yeah.
How can we learn
Exactly.
everything else, but we don't learn love?
Yeah. It's like the one thing you have to learn for yourself, you know?
Well, because no one's demonstrating it.
Yeah.
I hope that, especially after my experience and my closer to life experience, I
Mm-hmm.
hope that I demonstrate now more
Mm-hmm.
love to my
Yeah.
to my husband, show them
Yeah.
what love looks like
Yeah.
and show them what it looks like to love yourself. Um, you know, I hope, that I do that.
Yeah.
But I know that
Mhm.
if I don't even try, to teach them that, what are they left with, right? Like who's showing them? And the thing about it
Mhm.
is that my children remind me all the time of
Mm.
loving myself because
Mm.
they will remind me of my own words.
Mm.
Like I
Mhm.
was on here one day, I was on my computer and I was doing something. What was I doing? Maybe I was editing.
Mm.
And my son came, oh, because it was going to be his birthday. So I was trying to finish all my
Mm.
editing so I could have the whole day
Mhm.
with him.
Mhm.
He came and he says, Mom, if you feel like you're getting tired, I want you to stop, okay? And
Mm.
just sleep. And
Mm.
it's like, come on, I will, right?
Mhm.
And then I got tired and
Mm.
he had gone and everything. I got tired. And I was like, you
Mhm.
know what? Nah, I'm just gonna go sleep. And then the
Mm.
next day I woke up early and I came and I finished. So when he came over for
Mhm.
his birthday, I was like, guess what? I'm done. I got to finish whatever. And he was like, oh, good stuff. And
Mm.
he's looking at me and I said, yeah, like it got to like 12 or whatever. And I started getting really tired and I just went into bed. I remembered your words. I went into bed.
Mhm.
And then I woke up early and I came and finished editing. He goes, Mom, I am so happy you got to finish and you get to spend my birthday with me. But the thing I
Mm.
love most is that you went to bed.
Yes.
The thing I love most is that you listen, you
Mhm.
went to bed, and you didn't strain yourself trying to finish.
Mhm.
And I was just like, at least he gets it.
Mhm.
And I think all the others get it to an extent, but he's the oldest one. He's 23,
Yeah.
just turned 23. And so, this is the thing, right? Teaching
Mhm.
people. Imagine my son had to, if he did not come and say that to me to make me more
Yeah.
conscious of it, I know I'm like,
Yeah.
I would be there trying to work a way to
Yep.
get this thing done.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So sometimes that's what love looks like. And let me tell you, it doesn't mean that he's perfect. I am gonna have to roll around and remind him, hey, are
Do
you
the
getting
same
enough
thing.
sleep? Are you whatever? So
Mm-hmm.
we do, we do take care of each other.
Yeah.
That's love. We're demonstrating love. You know what I mean? Love is something to be demonstrated,
Mm-hmm.
not just said,
Yeah.
demonstrated.
Yes.
Mhm. And Dwayne, you do that for me too. You checking on sis? Are you really going to bed now? You know what I mean? I'm surrounded by people who love
Be
me.
like, don't tell me
Yeah.
what to do.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, don't tell what to do. I'm a big woman, don't tell what to do. Raisa says, I say that all the time, grown little folks who are still hurting. All we can do is have grace for them. Sometimes the fake love, says fake love is a lesson for us, definitely. Honestly, I'm learning how to love myself right now, and it's because I love my kids so much. Exactly.
Mm,
They have aspects of me that I have seen that
mm,
we all have God within. That is right. I want to learn how to love myself the way God loves us so I can be an example for my kids.
yeah.
Sis, you're like you're talking my talk. That is it.
Yeah.
That is all,
Yeah.
and that's all you need to have, is that if your heart is really saying that,
Yeah.
Most
That is
High, help me to love myself as you love me, so
mm-hmm.
that I can love others. I could love my children. I could love others.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. That's all. If we actually all
Mm-hmm.
have that desire within our hearts to love ourselves the way that God loves us, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
This is heaven on earth, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the issue is that most people don't understand how God loves, right? For them,
This
God
is
is just all judgment. God is hellfire. God is
mm-hmm.
God is actually like unforgiveness in a sense. Because most
Mm-hmm.
people think like, oh, I don't know if God could forgive me for that. I don't know. It's a very, it's almost like walking on eggshells. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't really have a full, complete understanding, totality of the love of God. And so if you don't understand how patient God is, how can you
Mm-hmm.
have patience with yourself?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't understand how forgiving God is,
Mm-hmm.
how can you forgive yourself? If you don't understand how free God is, how can you be free with yourself? How could you give yourself that freedom? If you don't understand how non-judgmental God is, you hear that? If you don't understand how
Mm-hmm.
non-judgmental God is, how can you be non-judgmental with
Yes.
yourself? And how can you
Yes.
have any of that with others? Patience, forgiveness, love, being non-judgmental. And it's not to say that's scary for some people, right? If we say like God is non-judgmental, well, what do you mean? Of course, God judges. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, no. Misunderstanding there. And that's a big one, right? The way that we judge is not the way that God judges. Like someone might think, you know, oh, God doesn't want you to go to the party.
Mm-hmm.
God doesn't want you to do this or do that. You know what I'm saying? No, we don't understand. We don't understand how much of that is cloaked in tradition, how much it's cloaked in our own ideas of what holiness is, what righteousness is. If you
Mm-hmm.
if you if you are unaware of who you are and what your purpose is,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be trying to fit yourself into a whole bunch of things that aren't for you. And
Yes.
and anytime you venture out into something different that even is
Mm-hmm.
for you, you will judge yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You'll judge yourself because
Mm-hmm.
you've
Mm-hmm.
created something, or you're trying to fit into something that is false. And
Right.
anytime you actually go into the thing that is real, you end up judging yourself for it. So
Yeah.
you have to actually know who you are. right? Know who you are, know why you've come, have that connection to Most High.
Yeah.
And then you'll realize if you're busy going about the day doing what you know you came to do,
Mm-hmm.
you know that where's the judgment? You're busy doing what you
Mm,
came to do.
that's right.
I came to this earth to love. If in my process of trying my best to love, I quote unquote stumble or whatever the case is, but in that stumbling, I learn more how to love. Where is the judgment?
Right.
There's only, oh, good, she's perfecting her craft.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good, she's doing it, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And a lot of this is because people don't have the idea that we are eternal, right? Because people have an idea that that we're gonna you die and then that's it, or whatever the case is.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
so much fear to live. There's so
Yeah.
much fear to be free.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much fear to learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fear is really the opposite of love. Fear is the opposite of love. It's the opposite of life. It's the opposite of it's the opposite of truth. It's the opposite of it's like the opposite of everything good,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have some more comments to see. The prayer. Oh, thank you, Duane. And then Raisa says, my cousin tells me about righteous judgment, and I tell him that is false. But my cousin has his own journey and he'll understand when understand when he's meant to. Exactly, exactly. All you can do is live, live, and that's it. So Duane, I've been talking so much. You ask me these questions and then I'm
Love it.
like, I go off, right? When it's coming, it's just flowing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but what do you have any feedback? Do you have anything like as we were talking, were you thinking, which I hope you were you
Yeah.
thinking, okay, what is it that I'm fearful of? And how does this tie into this? Did you come to any realizations as we we're talking?
Yeah. For me, I was, yeah, really receiving a lot of what you had to say. Um, Seeing how, how it related to me in many different ways. And just realizing that like all I have to do is pick up and keep going. You know what I mean? But I have to s- like first take that inventory, like ask myself those questions, what is it? Where's the fear coming from? What's the truth
Yes.
that I'm not
Yes.
seeing?
Yes.
And then just pick up and keep going in earnest,
Yeah.
because yeah, like you said, like, and I do believe that as well. I don't think that healing is forever, you know. I believe that you can be healed of something, and there may be new things that are revealed to you, but
Yeah.
like I really do believe that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just, yeah, it's a matter of taking the time to do that inventory,
Mm.
again, seeing where I'm at, you know, and getting whatever clarity that I can continue to get, learning how to love myself, like everything that we talked about also in the chat,
Yeah.
that, yeah.
I think a good question that we can ask ourselves is why am I okay, better yet, what scares me about being the best version of myself?
Hmm.
What part of being the best version of myself scares me?
Here's me. Yeah.
I could tell you what mine is. I already know.
Hmm.
The part for me is that um, accountability to people.
Hmm.
I know that when I am the best version of myself, I shine so brightly. that people always follow me.
Mm.
And there is a responsibility
Mhm.
that I feel as someone who is a teacher, as someone who
Mhm.
has gifts and all of this different type of stuff, that
Mhm.
the more I shine, the brighter and stronger and sharper my
Mm.
gifts get, the more
Mm.
people will follow me.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to follow me. I
Yeah.
just want people to hear the message and
Yes.
pray about what I said.
Yeah.
I
And
want.
move with it.
I want you to just
Yeah.
hear the message, go to God with the message, and
Mhm.
about the message, see if this is right for you. And if it
Mhm.
is, follow it. If
Mhm.
it's not, then don't.
Yes.
But people have a tendency to want to follow people. They
Yeah.
have a tendency to want to not be responsible for their own, like their own selves,
Yeah.
because people love to have other people to blame.
Hmm.
They love to be able to say, that person told me, that person said, that person said. No,
Yeah.
no, no, no. You followed. You
Yep.
have to grow up,
Chose.
come to the
Yep.
place where you realize it doesn't, there is a billion voices out there.
Yes.
If you decide to follow voice A, it's because you said to yourself,
Yes.
I will follow voice A because
Yeah.
I like this about voice A. I like that about voice A. When someone says, oh, you followed voice A and you ended up in the ditch,
Yes.
you are supposed to say, yes, I chose to follow voice A
Yep.
because these are the reasons why I chose to. You cannot blame voice A. You have
Fact.
to be able to know that you are an individual person making decisions, and sometimes your decisions to follow voices could be led by things that shouldn't be there, like fear, like
Yeah.
trauma, like all
Yes.
of the things that we're talking about in that 10-part series,
Yeah.
right? And that's literally the reason for this series, is because you have to be able to discern the voices,
Mhm.
you know? But you have to be able to also, that's a take responsibility. Because here's the thing. I always say, Duane, and you know, it's one of my favorite verses uh from when we read the book.
Yes. Yes.
Even there, you see, I don't want to say the name of the book because I don't need people
Mhm.
rushing out to go get the book,
Go get the book.
because
Yes.
there's a lot of things in that book that are not true, but
Yes.
there's some things in the book that are true.
That's right.
And one of the things is the book mentions, it's a book that has a whole bunch of collections of different
Mhm.
scriptures and verses from
Mhm.
around wherever.
Mhm.
And one of the things that are in the book, it says, each person must live up to the light that is within their own being.
Yes.
And that is probably one of the most true things
Mhm.
that I have
Mhm.
gotten from that text.
Mhm.
Each person must live up to the light that is
Yeah.
within their own being. And I could tell you, being a person who's gone to the other side and come back,
Mm.
you will not be asked about anybody else's revelation. You will
Mm.
get to the other side, and spirit is not going to say to you, so what about, Yandea told you to do XYZ and you didn't follow? No. The
Mhm.
only thing, your life review is your life review.
Yes. Yes.
Your life review. If
Mhm.
now I said something and you also had that within you,
Yes.
but you went against that thing,
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, but Yandia came along and gave you confirmation
Mhm.
to that
Mhm.
very thing within
Yes.
yourself, and you still
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
each person has a light within their own selves.
Mhm.
Most High is not going to ask you to live up to a light that is brighter than what you have.
Yeah.
If you only have, let's put it this way, if you only have a consciousness that is on let's, for the sake of just analogy, right? Let's just say your consciousness level is at kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else's consciousness level is at university.
Yes.
Do you think, if a professor came around, they would be expecting the kindergarten consciousness level to write essays and so on, or
No.
to act in a certain way, or to do
Mm-hmm.
a certain thing? They're not
Mm-hmm.
even going to ask them the same questions.
Yeah.
So realize that when you go to the other side, when you are out of this timeline, you are only going to be accountable for the level that you are at. To
Mm-hmm.
whom much is given, much is required. That is
Yes.
it. So if you have a high level of consciousness, that means Most High is expecting way more from you because you don't have
Mm-hmm.
the excuses that other people have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, understand, I went to the other side and came back. Do you know that I don't have that whatever excuses I had before then, I no longer have them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So while people may be on the outside saying, wow, you're so lucky you got to see this and see that and whatever, it's like, you know how much I'm accountable for now? I cannot pretend like I don't know. I would
Yes.
be consciously choosing to fall asleep. I would be consciously choosing to be ignorant.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Like
Yeah.
if I came back and I pretended like I don't know what love is and whatever, like when I leave here again, I'm gonna have to give account for. So you really came back and you did this crap? Like this is what you did? I
Yeah.
have to be, and my conscience would
Yeah.
played me with that because
Yeah.
like you knew, like you're not
Yeah.
like a person who didn't know. You came all the way over,
Mm-hmm.
saw what was whatever,
Mm-hmm.
remembered a whole bunch of stuff, came
Mm-hmm.
back with your memories intact,
Mm-hmm.
and still chose
Mm-hmm.
to do this foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
So the more a person has, the more a person is given, the more you raise your consciousness, is the more responsibility you have to move along with the revelations you have.
Mm-hmm.
No one else is going to be required to move with the revelations I have.
Yeah.
Only I will be required of that.
That's right.
Everyone has the excuse of, I don't have that revelation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that excuse.
Yeah.
Likewise, I can't move with the revelation that Duane has
Yeah.
because I don't have that revelation.
Yeah.
I don't have that light. I don't have that understanding.
Yeah.
Duane has it. But the moment I get it, I'm accountable for it.
That's right.
So then there's no comparing anyone to anyone.
Hmm.
There's no nothing. That's ridiculous. There's nothing. The reason why I talk and I say things is because I know that my words will resonate with people who have those words already in them.
Yes.
I'm not talking to say things brand new for people.
Yes.
I'm saying things that are already inside of people. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying anything new. Sometimes we have things inside of us, but we're not paying the attention. We're not listening to ourselves
Yeah.
because we're all the
Exactly.
way out here with everything else. So
Mm-hmm.
along comes someone who says something, and you're like, wait a minute, wait, whew, that makes sense. Why? Because it's resonating, it's clicking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is
Exactly.
not if something ever clicks, it's not the first time you're hearing it. It's already been being said inside of you, but you just were not giving it the attention. So it
Yes.
had to come on the outside of you in the form
Mm-hmm.
of Yandea, in the
Mm-hmm.
form of a book, in the form of whatever, and
Mm.
then it's making
Some kind
sense.
of message. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's all it is. You have to live up to the light that's inside of your own being. And the light will keep growing, it will keep expanding, and you have to keep
Mm-hmm.
living up to it,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have to keep living up
Yeah.
to it. Hold on a second. So someone says, it's like the saying, you know better, and also with great power or knowing comes great responsibility. exactly. Learn from voice 8 in the ditch and make yourself leap into where you want to be. Like my friend Binta, who brought me here. And I always talk about how we all have a piece of the puzzle. We can all help each other as confirmations. Love to Binta, man. Haven't seen
It,
Binta in a while. Yes, that is so true, Raisa. That is so true. You know, we all have a piece of the puzzle, right? Yes, and we can all, I love that, each one teach one,
that's right.
So I hope that somebody listening, I know that Raisa's been on here with us,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know who else is on here. Listen, if you're on here and you are hearing the sound of my voice, you are hearing Duane, you are seeing us, and you want to show us some love, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just put a little something, say hi, put a heart, put a smiley face, put a thumbs up, you know,
Mm-hmm.
put a little something so that we can know and acknowledge your presence here with us. Okay, I love to acknowledge you. I see that we have quite a few people watching, but our only participant today is Raisa, which is
It's
cool.
Raisa.
But
Thank you, Raisa. We appreciate you.
Raisa has been here, with us
Mm-hmm.
today. And yeah, we absolutely appreciate you. Raisa, you should check out the membership and see
Mm-hmm.
if anything there, resonates with you. And
Mm-hmm.
what I'm looking forward to, honestly, I'm telling you, what I'm looking forward to is playing.
Mm.
One of the what do you call it?
The I know what you're talking about. The tiers, I
One of
guess, if
the,
you want to
yeah,
call
one
it
of the tiers have
tiers.
one of the tiers have it there as it might be the last one actually. I'm thinking of it. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
the last one.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to just because everybody's working, everybody's busy doing this, doing
Yeah.
that. And I
Yeah.
think it's so cool to have a time where we can
Mm.
just play with each other.
Yes. Yeah.
And whatever that play looks like, I'm
Yeah.
open to whatever. I'm open to games. I'm open to any. There's so many different. We could
Mm-hmm.
decide when we come together
Mm-hmm.
to play
Mm-hmm.
what we want to play. We might just talk. We might
Yes.
just chat. I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
I Duane can tell you I'm actually a comedian. I'm actually a very
Yes. Hilarious.
I'm actually a very, funny person,
Yeah.
out of behind all of this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I love to laugh. And I think that's why
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to this playtime. But
Yeah.
apart from that, we have other things doing, like we have
Mm-hmm.
a time where we can come together and ask, personal questions and just
Mm-hmm.
reason, just like off of these cameras,
Mm-hmm.
off of everything,
Mm-hmm.
just being together and
Yeah.
having the time to share. And
Yeah.
so that's really what I'm doing. I have a lot of other groups and things outside of here, but I
Mm-hmm.
want to be able to just kind of focus in on my
Yes.
YouTube community
YouTube community.
and
Mm-hmm.
membership. And so this
Mm-hmm.
is why I'm really saying, like, guys, please, hi, Lord Naga. I like that. Maureen,
Mm-hmm.
I like that. It's
Maureen.
eights. I like eights too.
Ace.
Yeah, greetings, greetings. So yeah, I encourage you to just hop on, maybe try it for a month, right? Try it for a month, see what's up. I have little videos and stuff, personal stuff that I'm gonna be doing. That's too personal, I think, for me to put on YouTube. But I don't
Mm-hmm. That
mind
you would need some
sharing.
membership for.
Yeah, I don't mind sharing with the community, with the people who are in membership,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sharing that part of my life, with you
Yes.
guys. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then we'll just go from there. If you would like to join our love story, if you would like to come on and share your story, please
Mm-hmm.
do. All you have to do is send me an email at love story for Yandea. That's love story for FOR. Yandea, Yandea. Love story for Yandea at gmail.com. Let me know, you know what, Yan, I want to come on, I want to share my story, or I want to come on and just talk to you about love, right? I want to come on and talk to you about love. I want to tell you, what I think of love and
Mhm.
how I think we could love more, or I want to just share whatever it is. Um, I would like that, and I think, like I said, we all have a testimony, we all have a voice, right?
Mhm.
Let's let our voices be heard. We're all just here. We're regular, super extraordinary, right? But unique
Yeah.
people. And there's something beautiful in all of us. Spirit of Most
Yes.
High, is in all of us, shining through our personalities, shining through our individualness. And it's
Mhm.
amazing. The Spirit of Most
Mhm.
High is what joins us all together in oneness and in unity. And we are one through that
Yeah.
spirit. So let's come on here and talk about love, because love is the thing that rescues us out of darkness, you know, out of ignorance, out of everything, out of sickness, out of you name it.
Yeah.
Love, love does it all.
Yeah.
So, Dwayne, that's all I have to share tonight.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, Thank
That
you,
was
everyone who's out
plenty.
here. Yes, I want to say a hello again to let's see. Oh, I thought someone had come on in. There's a moth flying around. I thought someone
Hmm.
else had come on. Okay, that was
Other
just
than Lord Naga.
yeah, it just repeated. Okay. But yes, go ahead, Dwayne. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, what do you say? I'm really grateful for this particular session. There are so many. I'm gonna come back to watch and write down some of the things, especially some of the questions that you asked, because I feel like they're so important and really resonating to do some digging on some of those questions. So I really do thank you for everything you shared, your story. Thank you for everyone who participated. I hope you all benefited from this whole session. And yeah, I hope there are bountiful fruits of this,
Yeah.
bountiful fruits of this session. Yeah, this message. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yes. And if you're watching, but you're not here on the live and you want to just, leave a comment, share your perspective on some of the things that we've talked about. If you feel you have
Mhm.
more to say, you may not want to hop on the live with us, but maybe you can just leave the comment below, let us know what you think, give us your piece. We say like 2 cents, back home, give us your two
Yes.
cents. But just let us know what you thought about, whatever topic, because we talked about quite a few things. Let us know how
Mhm.
you deal with fear. Maybe something you share about that can be helpful to someone else who may read the comments. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, that's about it. That's about it for me. Doing you
Yeah.
good?
I'm good. I'm gonna be doing next time. Next time I come back, I'm probably gonna have plenty to share. But yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you
Wonderful.
everyone for being here.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, for joining. You will
Mhm.
catch us um next Sunday. I believe Kesley is going to join us next Sunday. Most likely, I will put under this video, once I get the confirmation from her, I will probably pin
Mhm.
it, who's going to be on the next one. And I might
Mhm.
also share something in the community about that. So most likely next week, Kesley will be on. We could arrange it for then. But if
Mhm.
not, there will be somebody else wonderful, who
Yeah.
will be on. And so um, look out for Tuesday. We will have the episode 3 on
Yeah.
Tuesday. What is episode
What's that
episode
title?
3? Let's see. I'm trying to see to give you a little teaser. Episode 3 is, oh my, yes, not every piece is real peace.
Mhm.
That one is great. Yes, not every piece is real peace. So I mean, already you could be thinking of what that means, what that's all about. Not every piece is real peace. That's episode 3. That will be released on Tuesday. Look out for that. I usually let it out somewhere around 2 p.m. Around there is when it comes out. But just keep an eye out for it sometime on Tuesday after 2. It won't be before, most likely after 2
Yeah.
o'clock, it will be out. And then you could catch Duane and I together on Come Let Us Reason Together
Thursday.
under under the This Is How You Know title. Look for that. It will be the third one of that. And that's on Thursday. Usually around 7:30. Depends on Duane's schedule. Usually that's not going to be a problem for much longer.
Exactly.
But for now, for
Mhm.
now. So yeah, but usually around 7:30. We choose to go live, you know what I mean? So that we have a
Mhm.
chance to answer questions
Engage.
and stuff like that and to engage. And that's what kind of makes it tricky, right? Being able to go live. Sometimes the
Mhm.
schedules just don't allow for it. But definitely on Thursday.
Mhm.
If we can't do 7:30, sometimes we do a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Um, but you'll see us on Thursday. If you missed it,
Yeah.
if you don't see this, check on Thursday. At some point, you'll see us because the
Yes.
lives are saved and you could always rewatch them. Okay. So
Yes.
Tuesday, video, part 3, Thursday, our reasoning, and then back here on Sunday, 7:30 for another love story. So
See.
we'll see you guys then. Love
Mhm.
you. Good night.
Much love.